Assalamu alaikum. You are watching Speedbreaker. I am sharing a news from Google. L- Let's start. Google's $2 billion Fitbit deal. Time to quit your smartwatches. A data protection advisor to the EU has become the Associate Press's concerns are mounting over Google's $2 billion takeover of smartwatch maker Fitbit, with many saying the deal could pose serious risks to users' privacy. Following the announcement of the question in November, regulators in the US and Europe are now deciding whether the merger can go ahead. Yesterday, another raised major concerns the European Data Protection Board (EDPB), which is charged with overseeing the application of Europe's strict data protection rules. The EU Journal update to data protection regulation issued a statement detailing the risk the deal could pose, pose to the privacy of Fitbit users' data. Much of the advisory board concerns relates to potential violation of the regulation. The EDPB's statement outlines how the possible further combination and accumulation of sensitive personal data regarding people in Europe by a major tech company could pose a high level of risk to privacy and data protection. With this in mind, the organization says Google must conduct a full assessment of the data protection requirements and privacy implications of the merger in a transparent way. Is Google's Fitbit deal a risk to your privacy? Google is coming under fire from all corners for invasive tracking practices and data collection. Its Chrome browser is already criticized by the privacy conscious users, and some recent changes have even led some to switch to rival Firefox. At the same time, its Google Home smart speakers collects vast amounts of data used unless you look it down. It even sync with your Google searches. Last year, France fined Google $57 million for breaching the GDPR regulation. Google is also facing multiple antitrust inquiries. So, if you are a Fitbit user or are thinking of buying one, you are right to have concerns over the accusations that covers 28 million Fitbit users' data. As I wrote back in November when the Fitbit deals was announced, Google has aspiration in the healthcare space. A smartwatch such as a Fitbit collects a heck of a lot of health data, and combining this information with your health related Google searches could be very compelling for Google. At least, are you comfortable with it? By Google assures Fitbit users that it takes their concerns very seriously. Google's blog post written in November at the time of Equation's announcement emphasizes that privacy and security are paramount. Rick Osterloh, Senior Vice President Devices and Services at Google, outlined how the firm works hard to protect your information, put you in control, and give you transparency about your data, and will be transparent about the data we collect and why. Crucially, he said, we will never sell personal information to anyone. Fitbit health and wellness data will not be used for Google Ads, and we will give Fitbit users the choice to review, move, or delete their data. Time to quit Fitbit alternatives. It comes down to who you trust. In an age of privacy scandals that only seem to multiply, you have to be very cautious without putting on a tinfoil hat. It makes sense to look at alternatives when purchasing a smartwatch. After all, Google, like Facebook, bases is its entire business is modeled around your information. In contrast, Apple has been adding multiple privacy controls in its latest operating system, iOS 13, as it tries to cement its place as the firm that cares about your privacy. The Apple Watch is a good option, but it's expensive, easily a few $100s more than a Fitbit. Even so, if you can afford it, I'd certainly recommend the Apple Watch. It's worth the price for the gains in data privacy. Get the best of Forbes to your inbox with the latest insights from experts across the globe. So, news is end. I'm leaving. Assalamu alaikum.